Hey everybody, Asher here, and welcome to Master of Magic. This is a new version of the game that is getting released December 13th on PC. It'll be available on Steam. The older version of the game from the 90s is actually available for free on GOG right now. For some reason you haven't picked it up at all. We're going to be taking a look, thanks to the people at Slytherin down over here, at a press demo of the game. So this is going to be, I don't know if we're going to get through the entire 100 turns, but we are going to be playing and having some fun, kind of looking at what's changed, what stayed the same. This is one of those games that takes me back to an earlier era of 4Xing. So Master of Magic, if you haven't played it, it's going to look a little bit more familiar because of some of the additions they've made, but I'm going to go through some of the settings and stuff here. We have three options here. The High Elves, we can play as Shari, the Halflings as Merlin, or today we're going to be playing as the Draconians and Shra. Well, we'll figure out how to pronounce that name a little bit later. But that's the cool stuff here. We're just going to hit the new game button. I will say before we go over here that a lot of the assets work really well. I have the audio really low. Hopefully it's still not too loud. It's kind of loud in my ears. And I'm not resetting the tutorials. We'll kind of go over some of the stuff in context here. Now, we do have a lot of different preset options. I should probably be playing on easy, but we're going to play on normal just for fun here. There's all different kinds of settings that you can do, and that'll change the score multiplier. And this game's really good about having little tooltips when you mouse over things, which is a lot like the original game. But yeah, you can fine-tune and customize a lot of the things here, but we're going to stick with kind of the basic normal difficulty, which if you've seen my series on Remnants of the Precursors, then you're going to have an idea of what normal difficulty could do to me. But I mean, we could play with this large world or a small crowded skirmish map or something like that. We're going to go medium though. And we do have a lot of options, which is really exciting. If you haven't seen Master of Magic before, or haven't looked at it, there's a whole system with like different spell books and different combinations that you can get, different masteries that are there, but we're kind of locked in on the press demo, which makes sense. But I'm going to mouse over some of the other mages that are at least available here in terms of portraits. But like I said, we're going to be playing as Surra, which we'll get back to in a little bit. The colors correspond, I love Jafar, by the way. The colors correspond to different things, like Merlin here has life magic and nature magic. Shari here has chaos magic and death magic, which makes sense because she's an accomplished voodoo priestess, and Merlin is Merlin, whatever that means. Snore. But Surra is a Draconian warlock who specializes in both chaos and life magic. Unlike most other wizards, Surra and his Draconian kin are native to Mirror, but in order to become more powerful, the warlock has spent decades traveling and gaining power. As Mirren, Surra is able to inhabit the strange otherworld and command one of the races who dwell there. So one of the great things about this game, if you haven't played it before, is that the map is split kind of into two different worlds here. So he is a Mirren, hails and accepted as a dweller of the mirror, and so they begin the game there. Instead of Arcanus, the wizard may also rule over the Mirren race of one of these. Now, we do have, first off, some options here for starting out the game with just the basic press demo. We're going to have different spells that we can use. I'll mouse over them briefly, but most of these, this is a very faithful recreation of the original game, so a lot of it's going to be the same. And I'm going to adjust these to kind of some of my preferences here, although there's definitely options and things you'll want to do to get some stuff a little bit later on. But for life, healing is like one of the reasons you take it, but another one of the reasons is to get a guardian spirit to float around and do some early game scouting. Holy armor's not bad. I kind of like holy weapon, even though we may or may not need it very much. As for chaos magic, eldritch weapon is probably good. Wall of fire may be useful. But I'm actually going to switch all of these, and we're going to do Firebolt because that's a basic kind of attack. Fire Elemental, we may have some trouble casting that, but I like having it in my back pocket for later because it's a pretty good summon. And then we have some other options that are pretty good here. Shattering their resolve. Target unit's melee, missile, and thrown strength is reduced to 1. Let's do Shatter. That's probably fine. So here's the Draconians here, an old race descended directly from the dragons. From their ancestors, they retain their Wang's strong natural gift for arcane arts and the ability to breathe fire. Well, that's very convenient. Fearsome and undeniably powerful, the Draconians rule via a combination of militaristic regime and bureaucratic cabals. But despite this harshness, they also value wisdom and knowledge, which is where we have wizards here. Just very exciting. Now, once again, we have all of these races, and it's very cool. I love seeing stuff like this just thrown in and the work put in, and I'm not sure why the mouse over here isn't pulling up stuff for this. But you'll notice that we have some penalties for being cool dragons. We have a slow population growth rate. We can't build fantastic stables, maritime guilds, or mechanations guilds, excuse me. But we have better armor, better resistance, except for constructs. Fire breath for melee units, and flight. So our wings are not just there atrophying, we can actually fly over stuff. Some of our melee units cost a little bit more, and Draconian cities receive power for every population point. We also get the Doom Drake, I don't know if we can look at that right now, and the airship. So, all pretty exciting. We're going to go with the red just because it makes us go faster. Let's hit the begin button. We're just going to dive right in. Like I said, this is Sirrah. Now all shall witness the might of the old, the might of the dragon's blood. So what a happy, just lounging dragon here. I love the key art here, and this is just to go from a game that's very pixelated and very square based to something in 2022. Yeah, there's a lot of modernization here, as you're going to see right in just a moment as soon as we load in, because first off, this is not a tile-based game anymore. It is now a hex-based game. Oh, that was timed really well. So we are here, and for those of you who may be familiar with seeing other starts here, we aren't in the happy overworld of life and everything. We are in the there's a freaking volcano right here, which is pretty exciting. We have all these big glowy things. Some of y'all's OCD is going to have a really big problem in just a minute, because we are not going to be able to clear all these glowy things right away. One of the really cool things I want to point out, though, is the survey tool. The survey tool is going to give you a lot of details on different stuff here. It's just as useful in this game as it was in the old game here. And we're going to be able to take a pretty good look at this before too long. Now, this is a 4X game through and through. In fact, kind of like Master of Orion, which I've featured on this channel as well. This is one of these sort of cornerstone foundation kind of 4X games. So there's going to be a lot of things that are familiar. So we're going to go first and look at ourselves in the mirror here. Hello! Look at that beautiful mug. We have spell books for days. We have little hoppy toad things. If we're ever not sure about what's going on, we can check this anytime. We have our cities here, which right now is just Talon Peak. We'll just double click it now. Now, one of the things that took me way too long to figure out in the UI is that if you want to see the cool city view that used to just be all packed on one screen, kind of like old Civ, you have to actually go to this tab, and this shows you what you have. This is maybe one of the UI things that I'm really going to have to get used to, but I'd love to be able to have a way to access this information while looking at the construction queue, and you kind of get it over here. But we'll see. But anyway, this is what our beautiful dragon town looks like. We'll get into some of this stuff in just a little bit. Right now, one of my goals is going to be to get my gold situated, to get something other than housing built. Although housing's going to be not a bad thing. We do have plenty of options for things that could work here. We don't have grasslands within range. We don't have forests within range because we're in the wrong place here. We could get a marketplace for more money and increase taxable revenues. We could get a shrine. And those all seem pretty good. I think adding to my research is kind of a solid start, although there's a lot of different ways you can start. And honestly, we're just kind of doing a for fun playthrough. So we're going to see. Other thing here is that we do have units right now. They're kind of put together here. We have Draconian settlers and we have Draconian swordsmen. This may be the wrong thing to do, but I'm going to move them in two different directions. Technically, because we can fly, we can move them over the water, but we're trying to find land that we can potentially settle. So we're going to move you guys over here. Thank goodness I did not move the settlers. That would have been awkward. We do have you guys over here. I'd love to just open up some of the map just a little bit. Because if we look at the survey tool here, we have to be away 4 tiles, and it can't be occupied. So there may be some places that are potentially good here. All right. And I don't know if we can actually view this unit right here. We definitely can through the armies tab though. And we have our little tutorial frog still playing here. So Draconian swordsmen and Draconian settlers. They don't have a little hitch wagon anymore. And we don't have artifacts yet, so we're not going to worry about that yet. One of the other important tabs, maybe the most important tab, is the magic tab. Now, we don't have a lot of mana to start off with. And we really are not going to need casting skill right now. You can move these sliders around. You can also lock things in place. We're going to put in a cursory amount of research. Like, I think 510. We're going to try to build up our mana basis just a little bit here. We can summon things to Talon's Peak. We can use the Alchemist to try to transmute some gold here. I'm not going to do all my gold, because in a test run I was doing, I did do that old strategy. It didn't have as high of a conversion rate, and then I lost all my units because I was grossly irresponsible. We also have spells that we can cast, and one of the spells I'm going to want to cast, we have Magic Spirit as well as Guardian Spirit, so it's nice to know that a Magic Spirit we can cast right away. I didn't actually pay attention and see that, but we also have Firebolt Shatter, Fire Elemental. Well, you know what? If I could do it a little bit differently, I would probably just focus on casting the Magic Spirit, which will be ready in 1 turn, and then we can have that scout around, and I'd have my people kind of sit here, but this is fine. We're in the early days. The other cool thing here that's been maintained is that when you research here, you get a selection of spells that you can choose from. So there are some pretty good ones here. We don't have to do that. I'm going to go with Hellhounds just because puppies are fun. Holy Armor is also probably super justifiable. Actually, Holy Armor can really turn some fights. So we'll research that first. 26 turns. We're going to up our research. Actually, we'll do that now. I think 10 and 5 is fine. We may micromanage this a little bit because with the Guardian Spirit, we're going to actually have to like maintain mana here. But right now, we have low gold. If we go to our city one more time, we have Diplomacy, but Diplomacy is not an option because we haven't met anybody yet. So we have Research, we have Q, we have an army that can supposedly still move. And we have some caves, mere shelter from the elements, but may hide a beast lair or even a treasure trove. And look at this right away. Like I said, if you have OCD and want me to clear out everything, this is not like Age of Wonders where you have a lot of early clearable stuff. We're going to have to get some stuff together. The auto battle will kill us. The personally command, we will also die. There's going to be a lot of not engaging that we're doing early in this game, and it's just something you got to get a little bit used to. So since we're here, let's go back to the city real quick. And let's see if we can try to get a little bit more cash. Now, one thing we can do is actually raise our taxes. But you see, if we raise our taxes too high, we start to lose even more money because we have people rebelling and they don't want to fight us. This is a little bit easier to read than maybe the old pixelated version, but I do kind of miss the old people standing in a line version. But what I can do is increase our farmers a little bit. And that'll get us -1 money, which is still not great. The problem is that we want some of these buildings to be built. And the more I do this, the more it's going to take in the time still. I think there's a better balance at this point. So let's see if we can get 4 food. If food supply falls below 0, it's there. Excess is not stockpiled. Each 2 surplus turns into 1 gold. So that's where our money's coming from. I think we'll do it like this. I think we're just gonna keep it like this. And food produced or consumed is too low. There we go. Because we can't let our people starve. Alright. Who's awaiting orders? You're awaiting orders. Does this kill the settlers? Beware, this place may be guarded. This temple's abandoned. It was once defiled, but now has fallen into decay. And, oh, look at this. We actually learned a spell. Corruption. Calls upon chaos and entropy to infect the land, corrupts the map square, so that it will yield no food or minerals. Well, isn't that fun? Okay, let's, can we, I think we can actually still move you there. Oh, and look, we revealed more tiles, more grassland. Alright, cool. Also, pressing F8 to report a bug is fun because F8 is also my stop record key. And technically I'm recording this before the embargo lifts so that I can post it after the embargo lifts, which hopefully that's all well and good here. I don't want to actually run afoul and accidentally start streaming, but magic spirits are summoned. Here we go. It's a happy little ghost. Look, we're the good guys. Merlin would be summoning the same thing if he could. All right. So there's that big scary monster lair. And I actually have to right click to move. So we'll right click to move. We found more shelter, caves, hiding the elements here, and it's more things that will kill us. Fire elementals. Hey, those are the things I want to summon. So Draconian swordsman, that's also not something that we can really take on. Is that volcano? It's just a volcano. Unsuitable town site. Who knew? So we'll move over here towards the river. And as for you, we'll try moving you here real quick. And we're just trying to pop some goody huts pretty much here. So treasure trove, no, it's even more fire elementals. That's going to be a no for me, Ghost Rider. A towering keep stands before you. Perhaps it's home of some mercenary force or bandit lair. Oh, it turns out it's phantom beasts. They look strangely like people, but I promise they're beasts. And once again, these are all things that I do need to actually, like, deal with. But for now, we don't have to, like, completely conquer them. So, like, if we look at the grasslands over here, first off, this is really useful information. And I'm not sure if it's intended with the way that they're building stuff here. We are more than 4 tiles away down here. This means there's a town down here. So we're going to have to deal with that. But if we look over here, this may be a fantastic town site. Except that once again, we are within 4 people here. So we may want to move up here. This is actually amazing. Like, we want to make sure that max population 24 is great. We're near silver ore, which we'll get that. I think this is going to be our place to move, but we can't do it this turn. So our ghost friend here is going to move up here, but not until next turn. And we could try to summon a guardian spirit. I think I'm just going to try to summon another magic spirit right now. We need to summon some gold at some point. Town units upkeep. Now, some of this upkeep is going to be mana based. So we will have to find kind of a delicate balance here, which means maybe after this we could try to do trade good, which is just building health here. I think we could try to build the marketplace. It is a little bit bigger. But it increases tax revenue by 50%, but still cost of maintenance and allows some other things. That may not be the best one, because right now our tax revenue is no bueno. And increasing the taxes... Well, increasing the taxes and building a little bit of a rebellion is going to really slow down our building. So for now, we're just going to have to try to find money. That's fine. Alright. Third turn for the settlers. Didn't I say right here was a great spot? 24. And then that is smack in the middle. That's pretty much the only place we can go. Oh, there is a level 17 volcano or something there. Well, first off, before we do anything else, this is the grassland we want. This volcano is an unsuitable site, and it is a level 17 chaos node, power 17, not level 17. But we can do special actions here, build an outpost, and there is Dragonfall. We know it's Dragonfall because it is next to a super cool volcano. I don't know if anyone's claimed that yet. It's an unexplored chaos node. I just don't know if it's a claimed chaos node. I guess we could find out. A place of red-hot turmoil where chaos thrives, where this place's power is likely to have guardians. Well, shit. Oh, boy. We are not going to engage right now. We are going to try to find a fight that maybe is achievable. That ain't it. All right. So we got one more turn on this. You want to go here to explore, if I could get you to do it here. Some caves are mere shelter, others are treasure troves. This is dangerous. We could send a familiar, it will die. I do, since it looks like we're on a landmass here, even though we are on the north side of the map here, I do want to explore just a little bit. And that's why we're doing our second thing here. So we know there's a town down here. Like I said, that lets us see beyond the fog of war. That seems like the kind of thing that we'll just have to get sorted out. Because we can go all the way to the edge of some of this stuff, I thought. Well, we can't settle there now because we took it over, but still, it's fine. And unlike other games, your borders don't actually grow. So I don't know about that gold, if we're ever going to get to use it or not, which is too bad. Oh well. It's 100 turns. We're going to flush this game anyway, but we have magic spirits again. Happy little magical symbols here for happy little ghosts. Okay, we've already explored that. And we have a pretty big movement range. Let's look down here. Oh! We found Guh. Tell me about Guh. Guh. It has enchantments. It has a river. It has beastmen. And they're independent. And they're all working. That's all very exciting. But one thing you can see already is that our newly found settlement are initially outposts and need some time to evolve. Until then, you cannot assign any production orders. It's fine. So the Draconians are here. They have a swordsman available. I feel like maybe I should keep that person in a garrison while I have another person running around. This place doesn't have much in the way of a garrison. I wonder a little bit if that's a problem. It might be a problem. It probably is a problem. But it's cool. So, it looks like we have a lot of exploration covered up here. I kind of want to just be weird, since we only have 100 turns, and we're just going to go west. I just want to go west and see what's on the other side of the map, because these maps do wrap around. It is that kind of game. And we can see some hills, we can see some details in the distance. Like, we can see land right there. And since we can fly it, we may have some greener pastures. Let's not auto-move. Typically, the auto-move is not a thing. We are going to explore up here one tile at a time, perhaps. Also, this is tundra. Well, that's exciting. And then there's another town up here. So, any other armies to move? This one. I'm gonna let them guard for now. We want to keep Dragonfall. So, end turn. Master, I come bearing gifts. I offer you a magic spirit. They are great scouts, and once you conquer power node, they may meld with it and provide power. Well, we're not conquering that node. I do need to explore that spot, so... Hello, magic spirit. You can see that we now have -3 for mana upkeep, and we're down to 30 mana, so I'm going to use my hotkeys here to change this. Well, we're at 6 and 9, nice, for 15 power. I guess that's not the worst. Let's go 9 and 6, because we may be needing some of this mana in a little bit. Anyway, let's pay a visit. Well, look, instant death. This is totally unlike the test game I played with the halflings, where I was able to conquer the first thing that I saw. I just want to be friends. Can we just hug the beastmen? Is that really that difficult? Like, I'd love to form a trade agreement with them, but they're literally just neutrals. But we can form some stuff here to deal with that garbage. There may be an easier town to conquer in the north too, so... Like this one, perhaps. That's not a town. That's a fallen temple. Alright, what's this? Ancient temples may be guarded. No, this place has 90 gold. Cool. Alright, and you are flying over the ocean. That's fine. So we have all these bright, shiny places. We have Talon Peak. That's doing its best to get some research, to get some market going, and then maybe, just maybe, we start building some other units here. I think what may be good for the next one is a settler, but I kind of want to see if we can actually take over something. And our swordsmen are pretty damn strong. Plus they have fire breath. Plus we may be able to support them in other ways. So, not super excited about spearmen. Well, they build roads, so that's exciting. Yeah. We'll try the swordsman, but it's gonna be a bunch of turns. Alright, intern. Okay, let's see what you are first. Okay, another temple. This one has zombies and ghouls. And some of these units you start to have questions about, can we actually hurt them? But that's, as far as I know, the game balance is pretty similar to the original, but it's hard to say. So we're gonna let G be for now, because we got some other places we can go to, and I don't think that independent place is gonna attack us at this point. So here you go. And land ho. Okay, we've already looked here. I guess we'll just finish the southern exploration while we're here. And we're just going to end turn. I have no spells being cast right now. I could try to gather a guardian spirit. We could potentially do holy weapons. We could potentially do corruption. Don't know if I want to really like corrupt all the things. And notice that only some of these are world spells. We're banking magic for a combat later. So let's move over here. We know there's another town over here just based off of the world scouting, so that's fun. Okay, what's in this goody hut? It's a Naga. We might actually be able to take that Naga on. These are the possible predicted outcomes. So, while you continue to have a passion for exploring and find Larn, awkward. Tell me about Larn, another Beastman, with lots of people going on here. Another independent Beastman place. Okay, remember when I said we wanted to like guard our shit? Yeah, we're gonna see if this is a mistake right now. Let's test the game mechanics here. So any new settlements are initially outposts. Until then, you cannot assign production orders. There's no units assigned right here. We'll see if this place falls into disarray. It may, it may not. I don't expect it to, but I wasn't expecting to have Beastmen like hugging Ga really hard either. So any other people? Okay. We have Plymouth Rock. Did it land on us? Holy shit. That's a chaos spawn. Why does the chaos spawn look so easy? Surely that's deceptive if it has 15 health. Anyway, Ifrits don't wanna deal with them. Just in general. By the way, how's the Arcanus plane looking? It's looking super cloudy. Now there are ways that you can travel between them. I was kind of wondering if that fallen temple was one of them. I should remember this, but I don't. Oh boy, look what just got bigger. Alright, so first off, the whole left click to unselect things is a little confusing to me, but let's take the thing we know we can take. Oh look, another giant volcano of danger. Alright. So we'll go for them and then we'll go for here. Which means Ghost Host gets to just explore here. More old dungeony ruins. Hellhounds and fire elementals. So let's save it for later. Alright. And then we have more crap down here. Okay. We did see what that was, so. We attack the darkness. Okay, and all of this land is crappy. So we're not going to deal with that right now. A towering keep stands before you. Perhaps it has a Naga that will apparently still kill us because it has a lot of defenses. There may be a better way to do that, even if I'm commanding personally. It's one Naga with 6 health. And I do have some magic here. You know what we're gonna do? I can't do it this turn, I don't think. Let's go ahead and save the game. We're just gonna test this out. Test death. That seems like fun. Save successful. Thank you. There's no pride here. Suddenly, I have no. I'm gonna command personally instead of sending the familiar, because I want to show the combat, and we're 30 minutes in. Alright, so we are dragons. They are Naga. Couldn't it be any more obvious? Now we have spells that we can cast as well. But first off, we're going to move our peeps over here. We can see what they are. We're flying, because that's just what we do. We cast a spell. Apparently, I just ended turn. Okay. We have spells that we can cast. We can cast Firebolt. So if we cast it, try to do 6 additional damage. And we cast it on the Naga? Well, was not how I expected that to go. Alright, well. You can only cast 1 spell per round. Alright. This time, we have healing for 20. We have 42 mana. Holy Weapon's not really going to help us. Fire Elemental probably would have helped us. Well. We have insufficient casting skill. Ah! Damn the casting skill. I should have been raising that. But that's a good mechanic to know. So let's save for some healing. Let's see how that goes. Or it's not gonna let me leave. There we go. Alright, so 1 turn before disaster. And attack. Good, the sound effects are not totally killing me this time. So that Naga just one-shot me. So what's different about this Naga? Anything I should know? It has high resistance, ill effects of enemy attacks and spells. Each point increased chance to resist by 10. Armor of 3. So that's something worth learning here. So that's exciting. Naturally enchanted weapon, good to know. +1 hit chance, poison 4. So pretty much the only way we're going to win this is if we do something like this. And we try to drop a nuke on it that immediately kills it, and it got resisted. But this is why we save, so look at that. We have been defeated. We lost a bunch of mana. We will not accept defeat, though. We will do the thing that Sans loves, and we will load the game. Surah says, I have the best spell of all, even though time magic's technically a sorcery thing. But yeah, there's a lot of things that are familiar if you've played the old game, but there's also a lot of things that are familiar if you've played the more modern 4Xs that are out there, even 3Xs or 2Xs, depending on what type of gamer you are. But I think one of the more important things, at least from where I'm sitting, is that the developers here seem to have tried to take the best of all these things. By the way, this is disgusting. And these are ghouls, which as far as I can recall actually need special weaponry to fight. So that's exciting. So we know we can't do that. But hey, that's good to know. And we know that this place is unexplored. This place has one Naga. Let's go ahead, since we've learned that we've made a terrible mistake here. Our casting skill progress. To improve your casting skill, invest powers in here. You bet. Alright. Turns out casting skill is important. I think maybe, since we got 3 things roaming here, do something like that. We're not going to transmute more mana, so that's fine. If we look at that one more time, +5 for casting skill. So if we want to use that fire elemental spell, we got to work for it in the future. That's fine. So how likely are we going to die here? I guess we'll know next turn. Cool. Then we have our buddy here. Move another army. You can go to the top of the mountain. That's another thing that I'd love to see, is that if I'm on a higher height place, I'd love to be able to see a little bit farther. And that's something that I know that's not necessarily how the original game played, but I'm spoiled by other games that have sort of height differential on the map. Well, sprites, and a stone giant, and giant alien spiders. Everything is awesome. All right. What does Larn look like? Instant death. Turns out our Draconian swordsmen are not as strong as I was hoping they'd be. So we're not going to engage right now. We are going to actually split these armies up. Now that we know that we can't do this for the time being, we are going to send you back here. Although from the looks of it, this place is done, so that's exciting. What are we going to build? First off, increasing population isn't the worst idea, perhaps, but we need a lot of infrastructure here that we just don't have. So building additional housing in the city, which builds additional population. Each 1,000 can be assigned a job, so that's what that focuses on. Let's go ahead. We could do a builder's hall. We could do a smithy. We could do a barracks. Let's do a smithy here. Now, granted, we're still going to be gaining population as we're here. And we do have silver ore, provides gold to the town. We are finally making a profit. Hooray. It only took how many turns? Meanwhile, Talon Peak here has almost finished its library. Adds to research, which is exciting. And then I think we're still going to keep that swordsman going. We may try to focus on taking out some other towns here. What buildings do we have again? We have a builder's hall, smithy, and a barracks. Alright. Are there some races that won't let you build a barracks? What kind of 4X game is that? Okay, and what do we got here? We've got just... It says war bears, but I only see one bear. And somehow we could... There is a universe where we could win this. Ugh. I kind of want to try it just to see. Combat outcomes. Your army loses and there's no survivors, or you'll win without losing any units. It's got to be something to do with the bare necessities of life. Let's command personally here. Why not? It's just a spirit here. So, it is 2 bears. We did say war bears. Let's focus on the war bears real quick. So, 7 melee attack, which is very exciting. Armor here. Naturally enchanted weapons. So they will hit creatures that have weapon immunity. That's not fair. And then meanwhile over here, we're non-incorporable. Pass through any land hex and allows us to move through walls. Naturally enchanted weapons melter. So we knew all that already. We just have higher resistance and armor. So let's move up here. Should have I casted before? Maybe. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so we were not hit. This time, we can't do fire here. We can do shatter. Alright. But since they're bears and they have bear claws, that doesn't work very well. Okay. That's not my favorite. What do you know? We lost the spirit. Alright, so there's something clearly I could have done differently, and I can't wait to get criticized in this video for what I should have done, but it's cool. Ugh, I love it. But at the same time, youch. Alright. So you guys can rest over there. Did we already look at this? I don't know if we did. Alright, so I think we did, and that was just a waste of part of a move. But we've also found the end of the landmass, which is nice. And we did explore you? No, we haven't. Sure, let's see what the Chaos Node is. These are always occupied. So, the lesson here... Oh, it's Far Mist. More Draconians. Well, they should clearly be friendly with us, right? A unit was apparently awaiting orders. Whoops-a-doodle. Okay, do we care about what's in the north part, or do we just want to cross the sea again? See, that was my strategy the whole time. We have less magic upkeep now. Yeah. Hey, it's deer. Oh dear. Okay, so you guys are here. We're going to set you on guard for now. Then Far Mist is over here. Certain Death versus Draconian Swordsman. Surely this is a place that we can take. Potentially. So is there an auto-explore button? Because if there is, I wouldn't mind starting to use it. It looks like there may not be. And if that's the case, that's okay. Okay, there's definitely land over here. Cool. And so we know Far Mist is a happy place. Not as happy as these fire elementals, though. Alright, any other spells I can cast right now? We could potentially cast a Guardian Spirit. Guardian Spirit's pretty damn strong. We just don't have a ton of mana to do it, and it would take a few turns. But it's stronger than other stuff we have. You know what? Screw it. Let's cast one. It's 9 turns. Let's just explore for a bit. I think I just looked at this, so... It's one thing that my brain's not used to right now is that once I do that level of exploration, I lose the movement point. That's something I'm gonna have to just figure out and have some better trigger discipline here. So we're trying to find, like, unexplored places. And hey, look, more warbears. You will die. I thought maybe the Draconians with their fire breath would be stronger, but it turns out they just fall over like wet noodles. But we're cool because we're dragons, right? There's the fun dead. Okie doke. Okay, so 1 warbears. I think we may try to take Farmist. If I can. Feels like that part of Contact at this point, where you say to yourself, they should have sent a poet so that someone could adequately describe what they're seeing, except here it's just they should have sent somebody that could do a better... Sorry about that. Do a better not sneezing into the microphone first off, but we all gotta learn things at some point, and this is some good book learning here. All right, that looks like a portal. Tower of Nature Wizardry. Well, let's give it a hug. Abandoned yet ripe with power, they serve as portals between the connected worlds. But we have to defeat a bunch of shit to open that, so we're not there yet. Alright. And what are y'all doing? Okay. So we know our soul Dragoneers are not having the best time. Let's move. Let's kind of do the auto move thing over here. This place is getting bigger, slowly but surely. We have a smithy that's growing. After the smithy, we could do a barracks. We don't have a sawmill. Adds 15% to housing. And unlocks a bunch of other stuff. That may not be terrible. It's nice to wait. I can actually go AD to move past here. It's fine. If we do managed by a familiar... Huh. So that's interesting preferences here. Anyway, we are building a little bit over here. We're finally making some money. We have a little bit of rebellion problem, which stinks because if we do this, we make no money. So I guess we're just gonna have to suck it up. That does shave off a bunch of time off the marketplace, though. Okay. Yeah, so it's either rebel, no rebel. Alright. See, what I was originally thinking I was going to be able to do was just some brute force conquering. And that does not appear to be the case. But that's okay. We are going to make it work. What are you? Some caves. That is definitely some cave. What are all the fairy folk doing down here in the land of summons? Alright. Cool. And so we're here now. And we're just going to wait for orders, and you guys are going to meet up over here, and we're going to have the best time. Your Excellency, I feel you're obligated to point out that some of your towns are not defended. Even at peaceful times, there may be bandits roaming around. If another army marches an undefended town, it's immediately lost. Consider training a unit or summoning a magical creature to provide defense. Well, that's a great warning. Alright. Probably as good of a time as any for me to at least recall y'all back here. And this town, do we have a summoning circle here? Manifestation of your magical influence, where all units you summon will appear. It is also location for hero teleportation. We haven't even gotten any heroes in here yet, but that's fine. Whew, spicy. Okay, you guys are going up here. And we're just gonna muster together. Research result, we got holy armor and we got holy frog that's just sitting there. Alright, so if you're running out of gold, you can use surplus mana. We showed that at the beginning. Okay. So we are still getting some bonus population here. We have a marketplace that's still growing on us a little bit. Okay. We are out of mana, though. But that's because we're summoning a guardian spirit that we're going to try to send down to steamroll some stuff. So let's pick some research here. Summoning circle, which is fun. I think Hellhounds is probably the way to go. Although Warpwood could be not terrible. Endurance would have been better earlier. Let's do Hellhounds. Just because puppy, that's why. And we already looked here, right? Yep. Hey, if one Naga wasn't bad, how about 4 Nagas? Yeah, now I got some gold Night Stalkers. Alright. And then if we try this again... Certain death! Oh my god, they have even more defenders. It's a spearman. But... I wonder if we go back up here... We've summoned a actual guardian spirit. And it isn't just going to be an exploration bot force. Oh, it's a behemoth. How fun is that? Alright. You're going back up here. You are going to get here in 5 turns. And we can summon somebody else in just a few turns. I don't think I want to. We could do another magic spirit. I think it's very important that we just try to get our crap together. I'd love to be able to scout and see what this town has for defenses. Because right now, it's looking like a really successful town. And Ga has 6. Larn has this many. Farmus might be the way to go. I think honestly after we do this, it's probably the smarter build order would have been to build settlers the whole time. Let's see. Next here we have a barracks, it's fine. We're just gonna try to commit. Alright. Send you guys closer to home just in case. We'll meet up with you in just a little bit. Okay, still danger caves. It's all dangerous. And we've got you going up here. We'll see what this does to our chances. I mean, we can inspect Ga again, and you can see they have a Beast Spearman. And then the other Beastie Boys. So there is hope that can be crushed and shattered. Maybe we don't need this much profit now. There we go. So maybe what I could have been doing was expanding this whole time. It's fine. Do I really know what I'm doing? I don't. Yeah, we definitely were going a little too hard here. Let's go to our cities button. Who's not producing enough food? How could have that possibly happened? Maybe just like that. Alright, micromanagement is fun for the whole family. Alright. Thank you, advisor. Like I said, this game comes out on December 13th. But we'll see if I can actually take a town here. Not this turn. Yeah, I don't want to report a bug. It's actually been a very stable game. It's working like it's supposed to. It's just that starting with the dragons is a lot tougher than starting with Merlin. Alright. And I would blame my own competence more than anything else. Let's see here. Is it still certain death? It's still certain death. Although we're glowy for some reason. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to stupidly stack up everybody. We have more units on the way. Could just speed build the marketplace. Not finding a lot of empty areas either, so that's exciting. So we have a smithy here now. We can't build anything other than settlers and spearmen, so that's not exciting. Over here we can buy this for 108. You know what? I'm going to buy it for 108. That's fine. I want to get this moving. And we found another one of these. Another ancient temple. The game where we have been out doom stacked. We do have special actions. None of these. Any spells that might help here. Corruption infects the land, but of course, if we're trying to take the land later, it's maybe not the best one to do here. Holy weapon lets us hit things. Holy armor. Non-fantastic units armor is increased by 2. Upkeep cost 2 per turn. Sure, let's... Cost 24 to cast. Oh no. Okay, well. Can we not cast that? Can we cancel it? Is there a way to say holy armor, stop casting? Alright. Well, we have mana invested. This is all part of the fun. Like I said, this is a totally different video than I was expecting to make. And that's okay. That's part of, there's a little bit of something old and there's a little bit of something new. Alright. So we have more danger swords people. Let's stack you all up and see what we can do. I know we're close to an hour, but it's fine. Hey, look! It's Sorcery Springs. Danger Sorcery Springs. Alright. I should not sound so surprised by all this. Yet here I am going, surprise. Well, if we're going to be over here for a minute, we may as well explore up to the coast. And then we're going to send all these people in regardless for a massive attempt. See, like hellhounds. I could potentially take on a few hellhounds. Which I guess means... Do we have any places closer to home? Not you. Maybe you. Let's if we can't take this place, and we can test the null hypothesis. Because we got a bunch of you guys here. We just need to bump up the jam just a little bit. Alright, so how close are we to dying here? We got a 10% chance of living. So clearly I am doing something incorrect. We have fire elementals and hellhounds and 3 phantom beasts. 3 fire elementals. Phantom beasts are terrible. Well, let's see if we can knock off some hellhounds. That seems... That's the spirit. And then... You know, it's really interesting. I have not run into another player yet. So we have hellhounds now. Hellhounds cost 40. See, that's the kind of thing I wouldn't mind actually summoning right now. Alright, so we have it in 2 turns apparently. Did we just reassign our mana? I don't know. What's next? Eldritch weapons, maybe bless. Dispel magic. I think dispel magic's gonna be good. Alright. Like I said, I want to get 1 combat victory here. And this is not how we do it. But if we look at the magic meter again, you can see my casting skills increasing. We're almost there for bringing in the other stuff. We are losing money though, and if I lose too much money, we risk actually losing our people. So, and unfortunately we can't tax more. Well, we can tax more and we start to lose things. I think that's fine. I think that's an okay trade-off. There are spells that you can use that will give you a lower tax issue with like people getting mad and stuff. Alright. So look, we have a potential chance of winning, but a 50% chance of dying. We have 1 more turn till puppies. Let's get puppies. Fight puppies with puppies, they say. Yeah, this is... I thought Nagas wouldn't be so bad. Turns out that I'm just bad. Alright, so... Look at him! Just want to give him a little chin scratch. They love belly rubs. Did you know that? You knew that. But yeah, there's all kinds of ruins here that nobody else is claiming. I just have to be strong enough to get them, and unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be in the cards. Okay, so we're here. You're here, and then we can muster together next turn. Like so. We have a Doom stack of 6 units. And now suddenly we have moderate losses. Now we could send the Familiar in or command personally. I don't know if sending in the Familiar is going to do much here, or if it actually keeps us from watching the fight. And we want to do the fight ourselves. So it's puppy time. Now it's my time. I don't know if we can do a lot here. We could try casting skill. Supposedly we have fire breath. We don't have the mana to summon a fire elemental into the fight. Actually, don't have the mana to do anything. I meant to actually trade out gold for all this beforehand, but we are going to just carry on. Maybe literally. I don't know why you're not able to move very well. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. So if we send the dragons in here... See, they can set the puppies on fire. That was fairly effective. Now if we look at these guys, they have some life left. There we go. And we have one more attack. Alright. First blood. What's your combat ready? That's like not the best. We have more pound puppies here. And we have our strongest unit that's just kind of sitting back. Alright, their turn. Okay. I think we can just freely fall back with these guys, right? Okay, so let's try setting you on fire. That may not work out very well. That definitely didn't work out super well. Alright. Did we forget to move anybody? Okay, so I think I just killed my own unit. Nice. We have another attack. Alright. Okay. So puppy does 1 damage. I can attack again. So, enemy's turn. They're running. And they just baked 3 of my dragons. Cool. Okay, I meant to attack. Definitely did not go how I meant for that to go, but it's okay. More puppy playtime. Okay, so we lost 1. But overall, it's alright. Gold gained. Spell learned. Warp creature. Fun. Abilities improved. So that's good. Unit died. Unit's ability improved. That's what we want, right? Okay. So we gotta let you guys heal. And we gotta let our mana build up a little bit. And we're gonna try to save up to actually cast a fire elemental. So we are gonna go just a little bit farther in here. I think maybe like this is fine because we're casting skill 20 now. And if we can go summon a fire elemental and learn, we might be able to take it. They're almost done with the barracks. It's 1 more turn. And then we can add on somebody else. Alright, cool. Alright, in fact, I'm kind of done scouting, I think, here, so... We need to go up to units, don't we? We should be able to disband view army, right? What's my disband skill? Okay, right-clicking for that. A little bit of inconsistency, but it's fine. We're gonna disband. You've scouted like we wanted you to. So let's get you guys over there. It's all fine. Okay, I think we actually forgot to build something here. Oh, we got a hero here. One hero would like to join in exchange for 60. It's a barbarian swordsman. He has large shield thrown, unit level. He's kind of crummy. But he's a barbarian that has fallen into the underworld. So now we have you that we can join together in glorious combat. Hopefully not having bandits coming in, but we do have a little bit of we look at our mirror here. We have our books. We have no fame, so that's just kind of the first person that is able to walk around. Now let's go ahead and... I was trying to move y'all. So y'all are just about healed up, so we can actually try to take this on now. And I think that's a decent place to go. So we've had some lessons learned. Your Draconian swordsman has leveled up. Yeah, so that's exciting. Okay. We did a bad here. We didn't actually have this training, but it's 13 turns anyway. And we have a hero here. The hero barbarian swordsman of cannon foddery. He's a hero, he's a 0. We don't know. He's a something. Alright. So like I said, Larn... Oh, damn. I clicked the wrong place. Alright. So we got Larn or Far Mist. If Larn looks like it's going to be a problem. Larn... looks like it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Let's do some dragon on dragon action then. I mean, at this point, we're just building up mana. And maybe that's in the early game what I should have been doing anyway, is just building up a lot of mana. It's not like Far Mist is going to be much better, but... You play some of the stuff sometimes just to sort out the early game. Here we have engineers. These guys are supposedly good at building roads. Oh wait, this is not an engineer, this is a settler. Oh man. I don't know if we ever found like a great place to settle for you guys. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, well. Let's just end the turn here. Queue complete. Oh. We lost our capital. It's cool. Somebody else took it because we didn't guard it. And I kind of knew that was coming anyway. But I'll tell you why it's fine. Is because my only focus right now is just to do this one more fight. Obviously, with as much as I screwed up stuff here, I think we'd try to do this a little bit differently in the future. But hey, it's okay. We're just going to end turn. We lost our capital. You do not produce enough food. Some units will abandon you. Well, we really don't want that. I think we're going to lose some units anyway. Unless we can go like this. Okay. I said we have a singular focus right now, and it's to give Farmist a hug. And fortunately, bandits did not take Dragonfall, so hooray. Oh, look, we're actually looking a little bit better here because it's Draconian Swordsmen and Draconian Spearmen. Let's command personally one more time. So the enemy strikes first. And interesting, they have their little town buildings up here. In the older version of the game, you have your little walls and barriers and everything. But not this time. So if you get to turn 50 and nobody's resolved it, then the game's just like LOL. Now, we do have an auto combat button. You are banished and unable to cast any spells, and you complete the spell of what? Oh my god. That's right, we lost our town, so we can't actually cast anything. We can't cast a fire elemental, so if you want to play a game of royally screwing up, the good news is that you can do better than me. So we got hell puppies, and we got barbs that we'll put right here. And this magic spirit's gonna die, so we'll see what heat he can take. So yeah, my strategy of trying to build myself up did not work out. Of course, I'm getting weird other program updates in the middle. It's fine. Yeah, lots of mechanics that we're learning. It's all very exciting. From once again a very, very different play session than I was expecting at the start. Alright, how are we going to do this? So if we move you here, you can attack. There's only one of you left, so we can move you up here to try to attack. It is a little difficult for me to tell who's who. Well, let's start with the barbarians. Okay. Puppies. Okay, that was less than impressive. Does this automatically kill us? Oh wow, we actually, I think, just offed each other. Okay, puppies. Wow, that was painful. Okay, well, let's stand on the corpses of our enemies here, and why can't we attack? Okay, let's just move up here then. Good show. And for whatever reason, Magic Spirit cannot attack here either, so... I wonder if that's also because I'm banished or if something else is going on. Our barbarians have not returned the 60 gold of investment. Let's see what the auto combat does here. Because remember, we were supposed to win this fight handily. It looks like our promoted unit is trying its best and is not having a good day. But yeah, we have two units that don't want to do anything right now. Yeah, this is it's just the slow bleeding death. Like, we actually have units that refuse to fight. I'm gonna assume that's because I'm banished and I can't control them, but it looks like they will act in defense. So, weird. My fame increased by 1. I lost all my units. We can lose fame by taking, or by burning it, or we can just take it for ourselves. And suddenly we have Far Mist, which is far nicer than what we had before, which is great because we didn't have to lose anything. But hey, that's fine. That's going to do it for this one. This is Asher. Let's go back to the title screen and just talk about it one more time. We're going to quit without saving. But yeah, this is a Master of Magic. This is a demo that is limited to people. It's not available to everybody. Let's put it like that. So it is just the first 100 turns. If y'all are interested and I can do this again, clean up my play as somebody other than the Draconians here between the High Elves and the Halflings, let me know what you want to do. Let me know what you want to see. We'll do this again between this game and some other similar games that I play on the channel. Also, don't forget that this comes out December 13th on Steam. It's available, the original version is available for free on GOG, which is very exciting. So thanks again, Slytherin, the producer of the game here, for sending me the press demo. It's exciting to see that. It's fun to dive in. And sure, my play is a little sloppy this time, but I still had a good time just putting my teeth into it a little bit. So definitely tell me where I can improve and all that. We'll do this again another time. Y'all take care.